what do I mean about when I say when artists, and we're going to use the word artist here because what I'm saying pertains not just to rock artists or pop artists, but to actors and actresses in Hollywood as well. You know, these days it seems like every actor, every actress, every rock star, every rapper has an agenda to preach. And they're all too willing to tell you and I exactly what to do and what to think. Now, this isn't a new phenomena, and I'm going to use an example from early on to prove a point here. Now, I never got to see George Harrison tour with Ravi Shankar in his early days as a solo artist. But I do have a copy of the concert for Bangladesh. But I gotta tell you, when Ravi Shankar took his place to play his set, an amazing set, by the way, I do not challenge his musical credentials in any way. But when he got up and told the audience that they need to cease smoking, that this is serious, blah, 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 blah. Even back then, as a teenager, a time that I might actually listen to the preachings of a rock icon or near rock icon as Ravi Shankar was seen in those days as, I couldn't help but feel like I was being preached down to. And I guess it's because of these days where we have so many moral cops on the beat, along with triple taxations that are basically nothing more than vice taxing, that I get my ire up and I just have to say something. Who are you as an actor or as an actress or a musician or a songwriter to tell us what is right and what is wrong and who we should listen to and what we should listen to and what we should be doing while we listen to that music? Now, I know everybody, including pop artists, all have their own private thoughts as to what is right and wrong and how they would like to see the world shape up. And really, more power to them for having those opinions. And when asked, go ahead and share those opinions. I don't care. But to the ghost of Ravi Shankar, I only have one thing to say. Ravi, really, who were you to show up at a George Harrison concert and preach down to the American masses? After all, America is the land of vices, right? No such thing exists there in India. Now, of course, this continued through the decades with each and every new band coming up and saying, what do we stand for? And by the way, I just want to bring up Led Zeppelin at this point, and we will be continuing with our Led Zeppelin videos as well as future Beatle videos as well. But really, at least with Led Zeppelin, we got a band that just crunched through their material, and if there was any moral offering, it was usually represented in the musings of the fictional character that existed probably somewhere in Middle Earth. And any advice lent within their songs was usually advice that you had to reach for. Even the Beatles kept their mouths shut as a unit, only John Lennon occasionally giving more than was asked for. But he was John Lennon. He wasn't just a musician. This man was a genius, and a genius on several levels, much like Bob Dylan. They actually had things to say and often questioned their own viewpoints within the same song. You say you want a revolution? You can count me out. I mean out. Do you see what I mean? Now I'd like to flash forward to a concert by a female artist that I have tons of respect for. Not only a great singer-songwriter, but also a woman who had the foresight to establish her own recording company, Righteous Babe Records, and of course I'm talking about Annie DeFranco. Now, the time I saw Annie DeFranco live, it was a wonderful show. I took my young daughter to this show, and I took her explaining that Annie DeFranco stood for certain things, and that if she heard anything that was questionable, talk to me after the show. Now, Annie DeFranco was touring with a female stand-up comedian, and she would interject several times in the concert. Now, I used the term stand-up comedian. She was actually more a representative of a certain lifestyle, and she felt it needed to be preached, so much so that she removed her top and her bra and then proceeded to march up and down shouting her slogans as she shook her breasts in front of not only me, but my daughter as well. Now, I can't help but think if this had just been a female concert goer who had taken off her top, especially from 2000 on, this would never have been tolerated. But tucked away high into the safety of the nest of political correctness, they got away with it that night. So here's my question to you viewers. Do you need pop stars of any ilk, whether it's an actor or a musician, to tell you what is right and what is wrong? Do you go to concerts to be preached at? Or are you like me? Just do your damn set and let me enjoy myself.